Every unit has a set of axles, and on those axles you're going to have a set of bearings on both sides. You want to check those bearings fairly regularly. In order to do that, you can remove this center cap and you will find a little rubber gasket cap. That cap can be removed with a little small flathead screwdriver, and you want to check that cap for any deterioration or drying out and have it replaced if it is. This helps prevent any water from getting into that grease. From there, you can see a Zerk fitting that we can hook a grease gun to. Check that maybe twice a year and maybe add a little bit of grease in there depending on the use of your unit. You also want to pull a little bit of grease out, and you want to look to make sure it still has that nice red color to it. If it does have a gray color to it, or you see any water buildup in there, you want to get those bearings changed and have them repacked immediately, because this will definitely cause some damage to that system, and we don't want that. It can be very expensive and leave you stranded on the side of the road. Manufacturer of these axles do require that the bearings be packed once a year. You have a gasket on the back of this bearing setup, and that gasket can deteriorate over time and allow grease to escape out into the drum, contaminating your brakes, and it can just get more expensive from there. So make sure and have that bearing pack done on your unit so it doesn't turn into a more costly repair, and never overpack the bearings by using this Zerk fitting right here. You don't want to try to pump more grease in it to get old grease out. This will overpack it and blow out that seal that we talked about and cause more issues for you. So 1 to 2 pumps twice a year, and make sure to have those bearings repacked once a year. Your suspension systems require some maintenance. That means that your axles, your springs, your stabilizer system, you want to check and make sure that these suspension components aren't rusting, that they're not cracked on the springs. And if you notice any fittings that may require grease, that you grease these regularly so those components are properly lubricated.